Hello everyone, this is Erik, the Asian movie enthusiast, and this is my review of Kingdom, Ashin of the North, a Korean made-for-television movie from 2021 that stars Jun Ji-hyun, and it's a prequel to the Kingdom television series, which has become surprisingly popular on an international level. Now, set in the 15th century, Kingdom tells the story of a crown prince who goes on a suicide mission to investigate a mysterious plague that's spreading across the country. He soon discovers that it is an atrocious epidemic in the form of zombies. Now, I already have 2 reviews on my channel that are specifically related to this K-drama. I reviewed Season 1 in one video, and then Season 2 in another video. So I may as well review this new television film titled Ashin of the North. Now, if I remember correctly, actress Jun Ji-hyun showed up at the very end of Season 2 of Kingdom, and her character was rather mysterious, so they decided to make this television film, Ashin of the North, to tell her origin story. So this film begins with her as a young girl, played by actress Kim Shin-a, who lives in a village of people with ethnic backgrounds that are basically shunned by the neighboring countries. Conflict arises, and these villagers get caught up in the middle, which leads to tragedy, and our protagonist then grows up and plans for revenge. Now, you're probably wondering how this story connects with the main plot of Kingdom, the TV show, and that's part of what makes this an interesting watch. Now, going into this, you already know that, the ominous wildflower that's been referenced before will play an important part here. And you know that zombies will show up eventually. But who is this Ashin character, and how does she impact the main story? And I think this movie does a good job of providing an explanation that is pretty intriguing, and it creates an anticipation for Season 3 of Kingdom. Now, with that said, the opening half of this movie is very slow-paced. You need some patience with this one. And the story seems kind of generic at the start. We get some everyday life scenes, then a tragedy, then a slow build-up to the finale. In fact, Jun Ji-hyun does not even show up until the middle of the film. And all of the horror and action beats are backloaded to the final, half hour. So I do think that the pacing of this movie is a little bit of a problem. However, the good thing is that it does get more interesting as it progresses, and the runtime of 94 minutes is really not that long. Now, I do not want to spoil anything, so I'm going to be a little vague here in what I'm about to say, but I really like how the zombies were used in the finale here. After you watch this, you'll know what I'm talking about. A lot of zombie movies and shows reference the potential usefulness of zombie virus research, but here we actually see it in practice, and I like that. It's a pretty memorable sequence. Acting is good. Jun Ji-hyun is an elite actress, even in South Korea, and I've said this before, great actresses basically grow on trees in South Korea, and Jun Ji-hyun is elite even in their class. Her character here is reserved, has limited emotion due to her experiences, but it's a good performance. Not a glamorous role, that's for sure. She's covered in grime most of the time. She has some pretty rough facial features that you could tell the type of makeup they used made her look pretty rough. But it's perfectly suited for her character. Some actors, especially in South Korea, would refuse to be portrayed this way in a film. That's why in some cases you'll see, characters in other films or K-dramas who are living in poverty and have rough backgrounds, but they always look perfectly made up, to look beautiful all the time, if you've ever noticed that. So you don't get that in this, which is pretty commendable on Jun's part. The little actress, the girl actress, is Kim Shin-a, and she's another young talent to look out for. You may recognize her if you've seen Miss Beck, which I have a review for on my channel, and The House of Us, which I also reviewed on my channel. She's a good little actress. She has a few impactful dramatic scenes in Ashin of the North, and she does do a good job holding the fort before Jun Ji-hyun takes over midway through. Now, tonally, it's a pretty dark film, so the visuals complement that tone. Lots of nighttime scenes, but they're nicely shot, a lot of moonlight. There's a lot of moonlight in this film, which is nice. and they brighten things up enough so you can see what's going on. It's pretty atmospheric. The production values in this television film feel like a theatrical film. So, the money and the production values are definitely here, which helps. So really, I don't want to say too much about this because I don't want to spoil some things that happen in it. But all in all, I do recommend Kingdom Ashin of the North. I would say it's not as exciting or as purely entertaining as the actual television show itself, but it's a nice addition to the world that they're kind of building and creating. And it adds some very important backstory to the origins of the zombie outbreak. So I would recommend, if you haven't seen any of this stuff, watch the first 2 seasons of Kingdom first, and then watch this made-for-television film next. And then hopefully when season 3 comes out, it'll keep rolling. So that's what I would recommend. If you've seen the TV show already, definitely check this out. It's an important cog in the machine, so to speak. So check it out. And it's available on Netflix, at least in the United States. And as always, we will see you next time.